So, this is my 48 8x10s. I've been doing acrylic paint for a few years now, and around December I ordered 8x10. Somebody suggested I go to a smaller size, and I got a box, and this happened to be 48 of them. And, I think about New Year's Eve and my birthday in May, so my goal is to do 48 of these by my birthday in May, but I got a little bit sidetracked, and then this summer I just spent with my family. My dad passed away, and I didn't paint when I was in Ohio. And when I got back, I just finished up them yesterday. So I think it's the same year, 2025, the year I turned 48. So I think it counts as a collective pieces of work. And they are individual. I didn't really do a theme or anything, but it's I think they are like a cohesive set of things, because it was 448, and I kind of like that, like this one. I kind of use white and black a little bit, which is I think I heard sometime you're not supposed to do that, but basically with acrylics, I'm just using the primary colors. I'm using red, yellow, and blue, and white and black. And if anyone's been turned off with mixing colors or doing it, it's pretty easy with acrylics. And if you want not sure what a color is, you just say you want orange or light orange. It's just red, yellow, and a little bit of white. And you see, this one shows you I'm more using black in the background for stars, and I like the ocean. The ocean is kind of a ongoing theme. And there's a parrot for my new friend, and Fred, and he comes up in several of my art pieces. And it's just fun to play with colors. I think when I was in college, I think one of my sisters tried to show me oil painting. I got kind of turned off because I thought the colors turned to mud. So I kind of, unfortunately, I didn't do much art till 20s up until my 40s. And I did do sketches and some paint markers and some things like that, and with different markers. But I was always kind of wary of mixing colors and painting. About 2 years ago, this skater surfer collective called Order Vision, they did free art classes in Rockaway Beach. I took that, and we did we did acrylic painting. I kind of liked it. And then my sister Beth, she's an artist. She makes it as a living, and she's very good. And she told me the quality of acrylics matters a lot. So I got on Amazon just a blue, yellow, red, white, and black, and it's good quality paints, and it's not that much more expensive than getting those beginner sets where you have like 20 colors and you don't have to worry about mixing. But the paint, I think the good quality paint, it comes out brighter. I mean, it's fun. It's kind of cool when you mix the colors, and it, you just swirls and mixes it. I use this called Amsterdam acrylics, and they're really good. Here's a little Van Gogh. I kind of missed the figure walking away from the guy. But yeah, beaches are one of my themes, and so are mountains. I was fortunate enough, college age, to go to Colorado for both skiing and hiking. And if you've never been there, it's breathtaking, those mountains, and just how, on a ski lift, you go up to it, you think to the top, then you have another valley, and then it keeps going up, and you think it's the top of it, but then it's another fake out, and it takes like 30 minutes to get up the mountain on the lift. And so this one, you're just playing with colors. This one I went a palette knife. Usually I use a variety of small brushes, but this is a palette knife, and that's kind of fun to get the little tie-dyed, screen here. And a lot of this is just for my book. I thought I'd do a book cover. But a lot of these with acrylic paintings and mixing colors, if you want to make just like a picture, you sketch it with like black ink. You do your outlines of what you want to draw. Like it could be a person. This is supposed to be a casino, which is, it kind of looks like a casino, but it's you just you sketch your outline with a black paint, or if you want to use a pen or a pencil, the paint should go over that. Here's another mountain thing with pink diamonds in the sky. So, it is, after you do here's the only abstract one I have there. I just kind of played with the fan brush on this one. So you just do your outline and then you color in what you want to do. And there's some things I need to work on, like shading and shadows. I like how this one came out. That's like a screen or a wall and like a baby carriage and a couple. So there are. I have a lot to learn, I realize, but it's a lot of fun. I enjoy it. I do think it's therapeutic once you start something, if it's a sketch or a painting. After you're done with it, you feel better. So me with my my mental illness history, it's good to have something that kind of eases my mind a little bit when it's stressful. And I have a lot of pictures of cigarettes and smoking in there, but I think it looks pretty cool, and to just try to make the smoke look realistic. And this is kind of cool. This is, when I was a kid, I drew a lot of like cars and skate, obstacles and stuff. And when we were cleaning out my parents' house, we found my old report cards. This one is supposed to be a couple kissing or hugging, because that brown is supposed to be somebody else's hair. So we found my report cards from Ridgely Middle School, 8th grade, and most of them were C's and D's. Some of the teachers had mean comments about me, because I guess it just went to the parents and not the students. But it was kind of nice for my 8th grade art class. I guess I was lucky enough to have an art class, since kids don't have that right now. I got an A-, and the teacher said Matt might have a talent in art or something like that. That was really nice looking back. That report card also gave a pamphlet to ADHD, which I guess my parents didn't pursue that treatment. I may have had it, because they do say people with ADHD have bipolar or schizoaffective disorder later at night, but I can understand at the time my parents not pursuing that. And here's another mountain, king, and like birds and parrots, and that's a pink bird. I kind of had some repetitive themes. But talking about teachers that are nice, Jane Bradley, she was a creative writing teacher at University of Toledo. She passed away shortly after COVID started, but my first creative writing class, or maybe my second creative writing class I had with her, I wrote a story about someone freaking out because they drove into a ditch on the side of the road. But anyways, it had a lot of corrections on it, a lot of was, is, to be verbs were circled, other grammatical things. So, it was just marked up with corrections. But then at the end, I got a B-, I think, or a C. But she, it just said, you have a creative imagination. And that was enough over the years to keep going with the writing. And actually, 10 years after I graduated, I had coffee with her and I talked about writing on one of my visits back home. So it was really nice when teachers can do that, when they can, give a little positive feedback here and there. This is 1977, snake year. And for skateboarding, snakes are bad because they have people that cut off other people. But I think snakes are pretty badass. And my birthday's in May, so that's a Taurus, so I'm a snake Taurus. And this one, I'm just kind of weird. This is so you see the wine glass, the heads on plates, the silverware. I just try to make things up. And I don't like to make it realistic or try to go for realism or make it really clear. These 8x10s are so quick, and the painting's quick, and it's done really quick. But my larger pieces, a lot of times I like to do a base color. So that's if you want like a bright yellow or a dull yellow or hot pink or light blue. You just paint the whole thing, and then on your next session you do the paints. But sometimes when you do that with your brush strokes, there's kind of there's kind of designs with the brush stroke unless you do it perfectly. But if you're just kind of covering painting, even if you use the paint retardant, you're still going to have like these, you're going to have these lines, and you can just make your outline of what you want to draw off that. Oh, here's cars, and my granddad, he was into cars and inventions, and he had all these little model cars, and model cars that some were 8 wheels. This is Fred again, and Fred has a different hue of green, and his eyes are yellow. But I kind of drew him from my memory, so there'll be more pictures of Fred. Don't worry about that. And so this one is kind of trying to make the Astor Square, which was for Slappy Sundays years ago. We skated there, and that was fun. I definitely miss skating. I should skate more. I mean, I would try to, but then like my feet hurt all the time. I have, need to get in shape. And this is just kind of fun, like a beer mug with faces and 2 shot glasses. I'm kind of happy with this one. And for each of these paintings, I gave 10 seconds about. So, sometimes a little longer than 10 seconds, but it's still 48. It's still coming over, 14 minutes. Here's Fred. And I post these on Instagram and Facebook when I paint them. And this one got a good response. People like this. And Fred lives with me now, so, I definitely have a free model to go with. And this one, I listened to Ozzy Osbourne, Diary of a Madman. I try to draw Ozzy, but that does not look like Ozzy. He did wear glasses like that, but maybe sometime I'll try again to draw Ozzy. I like just drawing weird faces, and I think with pencil and pen, you can get so much more detailed. I find it frustrating sometimes with paint. I haven't learned enough to get like really not detailed as in realistic, but just more features to it, like like eye bags, or like double chins, or facial hair, or earrings, or there's a lot of stuff you can try out with it. And this one, it's okay. It's it's fun. See the green face and the yellow background kind of match each other. And a lot of things I do, like you just kind of you just kind of make dots, and that can add texture to it. And this is okay. I kind of was trying to draw people in the water and the beach and the street background, but I got kind of lazy, so now it looks like the houses are in the air. But it's just as you kind of go along, as you don't have to like set something that you be exactly do that. It's okay if you start something that turned out to be something else. But after this I got 3 24 by 36 canvases are much larger, so it should be fun. And here it is, 48, 1977, 2025, 48 years, 48 canvases. Thanks so much if you got this far. Peace, and have a good night. Thank you so much for listening.